All right, welcome back to the last lesson for Unit 7, and this is my last video for Math 10, so I'm very, very excited. Anyways, so we had a lesson about the properties of linear systems, so let's quickly review before getting into the OR problems that we're going to be doing today. Okay, so here it says if the linear system has zero solutions, that means, well, the equation must have the same slope, right? And but different y-intercepts. Okay, if the system has one solution, that means they must have different slopes. Okay, if the system has infinitely many solutions, then that means these two equations will be identical after you simplify them, right? They will be identical, meaning same slope and same y-intercept. Okay, so that's basically essentially all we did last time, okay, is to figure out how many solutions we're going to have given the equations. Okay, so let's look at some OR problems and then we're going to go back to solving linear systems, okay? So the first one here, we've seen this before. It says a chemist has two acid solutions in stock. One is a 50% solution and the other one is 80% solution. So we're going to say that let X be the amount of 50% solution. And that Y be the amount of, 80% solution. Okay, now we are going to mix them together, right? So it says how much of each solution should be mixed to obtain 100 milliliters of 68% solution. So right away, I know that X plus Y should equal to 100, right? Because we are adding them together, mixing them together to get a total of 100 milliliters. Now in total, we want this solution to be 68%. That means I am using 50% of the solution, the purity is 50%, times the amount, plus the purity of the solution, that's 80%, so 0.8, times the amount of that. That should equal to, in total, we want a mixture of 68% purity, right? So 0.68 times, well, in total, there's 100 milliliters. Okay, so there are my two equations. Now I can simplify the second equation just a little bit more because I can multiply, the 0.68 with 100. And that I end up with 68. So I have my first equation here and my second equation here. Now I can simply multiply the second equation by 2 to make 0.5x to become 1x. So I'm going to multiply number 2 by 2, and then that means I get x plus 1.6y equals to 136. Okay, so I multiply this by 2. So let me rewrite my equations. We have x plus y equals 100. We also have x plus 1.6y equals to 136. We now can subtract these two equations, right? We can solve by elimination. X minus x is 0. Y, remember, if it's y, it's 1y. So 1y minus 1.6 is negative 0.6y, and that equals to negative 36. Then dividing both sides by negative 0.6, you should get y equals to 60 milliliters. Okay, well, if y is 60, well, since they add up to 100, that means x would equal to 40 milliliters. Okay, so really, to be honest, there's nothing new here, right? This lesson is nothing new. It's just a bunch of OR problems that we need to solve. So I think from this question on, I'm going to ask you to, pause the video and try it yourself first. Okay, so here we go. Try it, and then I'll show you how to do it in a bit, or I show you how I would do it. Okay. Okay, so here it says in Calgary, the school raised $195 by collecting 3,000 items for recycling. The school received 5 cents for each pop can and 20 cents for each large plastic bottle. Okay, so I'm going to say that let X be the number of pop cans and let Y be the number of plastic bottles. Okay, now there are 3,000 items, so X plus Y equals 3,000. Okay, now it says we collected or we raised $195. Well, each pop can is 5 cents, so 0.05 times X. Now be careful, this is in cents, this is in dollars. That's why I convert this into dollars, which is 0.05. Okay, so each one of them is 5 cents. So if you multiply 0.05 with X, that tells you how much money you get from those pop cans that you recycled. Plus $0.2, right? So for the 20 cents times Y, and that should give you the $195. Okay. So now from here, again, I can simply multiply. I'm going to multiply actually the first equation by 0.2. So then I have the same coefficient for the y. So I end up with 0.2x plus 0.2y equals 3,000 times 0.2 is 600. I still have the 0.05x, 0.2y, and 195. Okay, now because both of these have the coefficient of 0.2, I then can subtract them. So 0.2 minus 0.05 is 0.15x. 600 minus 195 is 30. Oh no, sorry, not 305. 405. Okay, then I can divide both sides by 0.15, and I have no idea what that is. So 405 divided by 0.15, you get 27 hundredths of the pop cans, which means you would recycle 300 plastic bottles. Okay, so there are your solutions. Okay, there's your solution. Okay, here you go. Here's number 3. Give it a try. Okay, so here it says a bicycle has 2 wheels and a tricycle has 3 wheels. There are 40 bicycles and tricycles in a department store. Okay, so in total, there are 40 of them. The total of the number of wheels, okay, on all bicycles and tricycles in the store is 100. How many bicycles and how many tricycles are there in the store? Okay, so I'm going to say let X be the number of bicycles, and therefore Y will be the number of tricycles. Okay, so again, right away, there are 40 of them in total, right? So X plus Y equals 40. And then it says in total there are 100 wheels. So for each bike, you have 2 wheels, so 2 times X will tell you how many wheels there are for bikes. For tricycles, it's going to be 3 times Y, and in total, 100 of them. So in this case, I'm going to multiply the first equation by 2, right? So I get my coefficients of the X to be the same. So I get 2x plus 2y equals 40, no, not 40, equals 80. And then I still have the 2x plus 3y equals 100. You can then subtract them, right? 2 minus 2 is 0. 2y minus 3y is negative y. 80 minus 100 is negative 80. Divide both sides by negative 1. You get y equals to 80. So there are 80 tricycles. That means there must be 20 bicycles in the department store. Okay, hopefully that's not too bad for you. There you go, practice number 4. Okay, so here it says a playoff football game drew 36,500 fans. Depending on seat location, the ticket prices were $35 and $20. That's really, really cheap. Well, I guess maybe it's just a high school football game. I don't know, but that's, well, in that case, that's a lot of fans. Anyways, the total revenue from the ticket sales was $940,000. The question says how many $35 tickets and how many $20 tickets were sold. Okay, so similarly, I'm gonna say that we're gonna let X be the number of $35 tickets sold, and that means Y will be the number of $20 tickets sold. Now it drew this many fans, that means that's how many tickets were sold, right? So X plus Y should equal to 36,500. Now the total sales was 940,000. Now there was $35 per ticket for the the X, right? Because that's how many, plus the $20 per ticket times Y number of tickets. Again, in total, that is the total number of sales. Okay, so $940,000. I'm going to multiply the first equation by 20. So then I get 20x plus 20y equals, this is going to be 730,000. Yes, double check. And then this is going to be 35x plus 20y equals 940,000. So then again, I can simply subtract these two equations. 20 minus 35 is negative 15x. Okay, 20y minus 20y is 0. 730 minus 940 is negative 210,000. Now, you divide both sides by negative 15, you should get 14,000, I believe. Let me double check with the calculator. I believe it's 14,000. But I don't want to make myself look like a fool, so, oh, there you go. I just made myself look like a fool. It's 1400, not 14,000. There you go. So x is equal to 1400. That means y would equal to, well, okay, well then let me, maybe this is a bigger number, so I'll do it with the equation here. Okay, so that means x, so which is 1400. Somehow I still have doubts about this answer, but you know what? We can always check, right? So minus 1400 on both sides, you get 35100 tickets. Yes, okay. So I'm just gonna quickly check my answers because I don't know. I don't feel right about that. So let me double check. So I'm gonna plug in 1400 into x for the second equation here. I'm gonna plug into here and see if it equals to 940,000. Okay, plus 35100 times 20. Oh, that's right. So something is wrong. Let me see. What did I do wrong? 9. Oh, one extra zero here, right? Times, no, that's right, times 20. 36500 times 20. 30,000 minus. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm missing a zero. Oh my gosh, it is 4. I was right. Oh my gosh. Now I feel not so smart. Oh man, okay, I make myself look like a fool. I was right, and then I decided, no, that's wrong. And then that was correct initially. See, that's why you shouldn't trust calculator. I had it right in my brain, and then I decided to use a calculator, and then I messed it up. Okay, anyways, 225.00. There you go, 225,000 or 22,500 tickets. And again, let me just double check here. Make sure I'm doing it right. 35 times 14,000 plus 20 times 22500. There we go, 940,000. There we go. That is correct now. Whew. Okay, there we go. Number 5, the last one. We've seen this before, so here you go. Okay, so a person invested $2,000, part at 80, sorry, not 80%, I'll be crazy. Part at 8% per annum, that's also pretty high, and the rest at 10% per annum, that's even higher. After 1 year, the total interest earned was $190. How much was invested at each rate? Okay, so that means I'm going to say let X be the amount of money invested at 8% return annually. Okay, per annum means per year, per annually. And therefore, Y would be the amount of money invested at 10% return annually. Okay. So right away, X plus Y is equal to 2,000 because that's how much money we're invested in total. Part at 8%. So for the X amount, we are getting 8% in return. So 0.08 times X will tell us how much interest we earned from that account. 0.1y, again, that will tell us how much money we earn from that account, and the total amount of interest we earn is $190. Okay, so from here, I'm going to multiply the first equation by 0.1. So then I get 0.1x plus 0.1y equals 200. And for the second equation, I'm just going to have the same thing. Then I can subtract them, right? So 0.1 minus 0.08 is 0.02x equals 10. I can then divide both sides by 0.02, and in this case, I should get 500, okay, dollars. Let me double check once again. Yes, this time it is $500, and that sounds about right as well. Okay, so well, in total is 2,000, and so if we invested $500 in the X, that means it's $1,500 for the Y. Okay, and that would be your final answer. Okay, so that's all there is to show you in Unit 7. That's the linear system of equations. Okay, yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, you should try the practice problems, and good luck.